Welcome back to the channel, guys. As you saw in the last video, we got the bed block sanded, body filler done, sanded again, and primed again. So the plan today, we're going to block sand it again with some higher grit sandpaper, get it all fine-tuned, and then we are going to seal it. So that's the goal to get done today. So before we get started, let me show you how the body work turned out. I'm pretty impressed, so let's go take a look at it. So remember, we used to have a big dent right here. That's completely gone now. We also used to have a dent right across this body line, and you can see that that is completely gone now as well. This was the corner that kind of needed the most work. I'm going to sand a little bit of this out. It's not absolutely perfect, but it's good enough for what I'm wanting to do. So we'll see how good it gets, but I'm pretty pleased with it. And then over here, you can see this corner turned out really nicely. This is the only hint of a run that I got. So that'll sand out. And then there's one dent. I don't know if you can even see it. Yeah, you can't really see it. There's one little speck right here that I'm gonna fill just a little bit, but overall I'm really impressed. This is turning out nicer than I had anticipated, so I'm impressed with how it's going. So what the plan is, let me step inside. It's a little windy today. So as soon as we get this thing sanded, everything leveled out again, and sealed, that's going to be it for the bed, and we're going to start working on the cab. The cab should go much quicker because I've learned a lot with the bed. I'm going to do the body work first, as well as kind of sanding in conjunction with that. The roof is already done and primed because I paid someone to do that a couple of years ago. And so what I want to do is get them both sealed and then kind of paint them both very close to each other so that there's not a big time gap between when they're painted, just to control those variables. So let's get to sanding this, and then we will see how far we can get today. So it's a little warm outside, so I actually pulled the bed into the garage because I'm going to be wet sanding, and I don't want the water just to evaporate away right off of it. So I'm going to wet sand with 320 grit and work my way up to 500 grit so it's nice and smooth so we can just seal it right away. All right, let me give you a little peek at it. So you can see it's almost glossy after I've only done the 320 grit. I did find, as you can see right here, there's a little low spot. Right here, right here. I could go and skim coat those, but I was showing my wife those spots, and her response was just leave it. And I've told you guys this before, this is not going to be a show truck. I don't want this to be done up so nice that I'm afraid to, let the kids ride in it and, go into the store and having them open doors and stuff. And, it's going to get dings and stuff. So little things like that, I'm okay with. And like I said, you can barely see them anyways. So that's the side that I've sanded. This is the side that's unsanded, and you can see it's pretty rough. And it's funny because after I shot the primer, I thought it felt pretty smooth, but nope. So I'm gonna sand this back here. This is just gonna be a very, like I said, this isn't gonna be a part you're gonna see. So I'm gonna sand it. I'm gonna sand this back, or this passenger side, and then I'm gonna get the 500 grit and sand it. And after that, we should be ready to seal it. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll catch back up with you guys when I get to that point. All right, it is all wet sanded with 320. It turned out really, really well. Those few spots that I showed you, I found one more like that, but I'm fine with a couple of those, like I said. So let's see if you can see the body line. Let me get it wet and you'll see the line really well. There we go. So it's pretty good. This side too. And this side had the dent across the body line right back here. And as you can see right there, it just came out perfect. All right, I'm gonna wet sand it now with 500 grit. That should be pretty quick because it's very smooth already. Then I'm gonna clean it really good. And then, as you can see, I cleaned out the garage significantly. So I'm gonna build a bigger paint booth. Hopefully it'll be a little more sturdy because I want it to be big enough that I can actually just pull the truck into it when it's ready, pull it in and out and stuff. So, all right, I'll catch back up with you when I have that wet sanded at 500 grit. All right, it is all wet sanded. Let me show you. I'm super impressed. Turned out really, really nice. So now my wife and I are going to make the new paint booth. Let me show you. So still a little bit of mess over here. You know how it goes with kids, but that's the third bay where the truck's usually parked. So I'm going to hang some plastic here on that wall and then along this right here, and basically make it so I can pull the truck in through here, pull it all the way in, and just park it right in there, make a nice little parking spot for it. So I'm going to do that right now so I can seal the bed. Once the bed is sealed, it is on to the cab. So should be pretty fun. So I'm going to make the paint booth real quick, and we will finish out the video once that's done. Alright guys, you can kind of see my makeshift paint booth. I didn't finish it as far as I wanted because my wife needs help inside, so I'm kind of dashing to get this done, which led to a mistake. Well, not really a mistake, but the gun kind of burped over here. I'll show you. Let me turn my camera lights on. See if you can see it. So you can see there's some run in there because I tried to kind of spray extra to get it, to take care of it. Rookie mistake there. But I'll have to fix that. I got one little run right here too. You can kind of see, but besides that, turned out really well. So this should be it for the bed. I probably won't show fixing this. I'll probably just wet sand that down again and just spray it real quick. So this is it for the bed for right now. We're going to be starting on the cab in the next video. The cab should be a fun project. I don't think it'll take quite as long actually, even though it's a little bit bigger. The roof of the cab's already done. It's already primed, so should be good. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like this video if you haven't, and we'll see you guys in the next video.